All right. You know the thing that I love so much about PragerU is their titles. Their titles are just so snappy, so catchy, you know? And this one is fascinating. Want a full life? Prepare for pain. So, yeah. Yeah, let's go.
Otto, my beloved English bulldog, died just before I made this video.
No, not Otto. Otto was like the only redeeming thing about Dennis Prager. God damn it.
His presence in my and my wife's life for 12 years was an unmitigated joy.
Sure, yeah. You know what? Hey, I was coming into this to just shit all over Dennis Prager's nose, but dude, you lost your dog? We're going to take it easy on you, buddy. My R.I.P. and pepperonis. I mean, Otto was a good boy. He was a very good boy. And I bet, despite how much I really dislike this man, I bet he was a very good dog dad. I bet you he was. He's got that vibe.
He also amazingly became the best-known dog in America. He was on camera for...
That's not true. That's not true. Don't blow smoke up our asses. Listen, okay?
Virtually every one of my PragerU fireside chats and became the hero of a series of PragerU books for children.
Putting your dog in your grooming material is a little weird, but whatever.
And, as I have often noted, none of this fame went to his head.
He's a dog.
The sadness we feel at Otto's death and the outpouring of condolence messages have caused me to reflect on 3 long-held concerns about pets.
Okay, well, listen. You can see your eyes, Dennis, and we can tell that you're reading a teleprompter. So somebody wrote this. And all right. This does not feel off the cuff and genuine. I'm sorry.
Concern number 1, I have long feared that many people are replacing love of humans with love of animals. For decades, I've asked high school students, if your dog and a stranger were both drowning, which would you try to save first?
Oof. Is a stranger a child? If it's a child, probably the stranger. If it's a grown adult, are they hot?
First. In nearly every instance, 1/3 of the students voted to save the stranger, 1/3 their dog, and 1/3 declined to vote.
Okay, first of all, your sample size is a little weird. Why are you in children's classrooms?
In other words, for more than 40 years, 2/3 of high school students have not voted to save a human being they didn't know before their dog. The primary reason they've given is that they love their dog, not the stranger. I realized 2 things as a result of this answer. One was that we are living in an age of feelings.
Now? We live now in an age of feelings? Just now? Really? Really? Dennis?
Feelings have replaced values as the guide to people's behavior.
It's always been that way. Your values are informed by your feelings. And you will modify how much you follow your values based on your feelings. That is quite literally how it has always worked. Always, always, always worked, dude.
The other realization was that as a result of society increasingly abandoning Judeo-Christian, that is, Bible-based values, the belief that humans are special because only they are created in the image of God has all but disappeared.
Because we aren't worshiping God enough is why we would want to save our dog instead of a perfect stranger. That is wild. That is wild.
Secular society has no basis on which to declare humans inherently more valuable than animals.
Of course they do. Intellectually, emotionally, conceptually. In a sense of value and contribution to the people around you. Of course there are. None of which has to do with God. Like, what kind of baby brain shit is this? We judge people all the time on things that have nothing to do with religion. And unfortunately, when we do judge people on the basis of religion, it's usually a pretty hollow conviction that is cruel and bigoted, you know?
Especially an animal one loves. Concern number 2.
Okay.
Many people who announce that they do not want children then refer to their dogs or cats as their children.
I have a child, and I still call my dog my fur baby. Like, nah.
But they are not children.
Oh,
Concern
really?
number 3, while it is well known that people who are cruel to animals are very likely to be cruel to human beings, the converse is not true. Kindness to animals is not nearly as likely to lead to kindness to humans.
And why do you think that might be? Do you think that there might be broader context to that? Maybe there's like an intrinsic quality to animals that make us more likely to be kind to them?
I believe these 3 concerns are still valid, but so long as people do not deny the innately greater worth of the human being and do not equate animals with humans, I see people's love for a dog or a cat, but I'll focus on dogs, as something unambiguously beautiful.
Good. That's good. But like this idea, I want to talk about this for a second. Like, so somebody being kind to animals but not being kind to people, there is a reason for that. Animals, aside from dolphins, do not possess the kind of self-awareness to be needlessly cruel. An animal is still an animal. We are different from animals because we have a higher conception and we can choose to be cruel. We can choose to be mean. We can choose to be abusive and hateful. Animals can't. It's usually a response to trauma if they exhibit those behaviors. That's why. We see animals as more innocent because they are in almost every conceptualization of it. Dennis says dog like Jeff. Dog? He does. Yeah. That's it. Me and Dennis are homies like that. Dog. And as far as like the value of human beings over animals, in a metaphysical sense, I agree. Totally. I agree. Like if there was, say there was a species of duck and you got like a kid's drowning in a pool and there's a button and it'd save that kid, but it would kill that entire species of duck, I'd hit the fucking button. Fuck those ducks. That kid might be Einstein. Might also be Hitler. But we never know. There is an intrinsic value within human life that is important and it should be cherished. Absolutely. The truth is, though, we don't actually cherish human life. We cherish the potentiality of human life. Once they actually grow up and they become somewhat of a burden, then we usually just throw them into some kind of meat grinder, usually military-industrial complex, the prison-industrial system, or into like wage slavery, government bureaucracy, some random type of grinder that's just going to chew them up to produce some degree of value for whatever larger systems are in place to juice the people. So in a metaphysical way, yeah, sure, I agree. In a real-life conceptual way, nah, it doesn't really work that way either. Everything is a commodity. Human beings are commodities. Animals are commodities. All of us are just basically cogs in a machine or consumers or products. That's really what it comes down to. Now, say there was that person that I saved by killing all those ducks. If it was save them or save my dog, I'd save my fucking dog. Why? Because I love my dog. It's not that hard.
Given the extraordinary bond between people and dogs, I now entertain the belief that dogs are God's gift to mankind.
Sure, whatever. It's funny, though, but you changed your mind because it personally affected you. Wow.
Still, no love is comparable to love between humans. The proof, if you need one, is that my wife and I are searching for another English bulldog. No one searches for another child if their child dies.
Sure they do. People do that all the time, man. People do that all the fucking time. Are you fucking kidding me?
As much as we love our dogs, we know we can get another dog.
You can always get another kid, too. It's called adoption. Or fucking.
But there's no such thing as getting another child.
Sure there is.
Or for that matter, getting any other human being we loved.
No, ridiculous. Of course you can. Yes, of course you can. It's a degree of whether or not you are ready for that, emotionally primed for it. You know, it's so, like, dude, shut up.
The companionship of a dog is profound. For that reason, every widow or widower who can take care of a dog, in fact, any person who lives alone, should consider adopting a dog. The many studies showing that people who have a dog live longer are undoubtedly correct. Now, my wife and I are not alone. We have each other, as well as children, grandchildren, and precious friends. But only those who own a dog know how much a dog adds to a home.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Getting another dog isn't getting Otto back. Correct. True. But you never know which one's actually going to end up being your favorite dog. I mean, it hurts, like, when you lose a dog. It's terrible. It's awful. But, like, you know, it could always end up being a better dog.
They are life enhancers. And when they leave, some life gets sucked out of any home, even homes filled with people. The Hebrew word for dog is kelev.
Okay.
As Hebrew has no vowels, the word is actually spelled KLV. Those three letters can also be pronounced as kalev, which means like the heart.
Aww.
I don't believe that's a coincidence.
It might be.
A
But that's
final
cute.
thought.
That's cute. I like
All
it.
those who adopt a dog know that they are setting themselves up for inevitable pain,
Yeah.
the pain accompanying that dog's death. Yet that stops almost no one from adopting a dog.
Yeah.
There's a major lesson about life here. Everything truly worthwhile entails pain.
I will agree with that. I'm agreeing with Dennis Prager. Wow.
And the risk of great pain. There are people who avoid getting married because they fear the pain of divorce.
True.
So they lose out on what could be the greatest contributor to personal growth and happiness.
Yeah, but that's their choice, you know? And maybe they just end up fucking all the way to the grave.
And more people choose not to have children. They want to avoid the pain of raising children, the potential pain of having a sick child or even a bad child. But they lose out on the most enriching experience available to us, being a parent.
Have you tried a motorcycle?
If you want to live a pain-free life, you won't live a full life. That's why my wife and I are looking for another dog.
Yeah, but you're also getting like another pure breed dog that's well known for incredibly harmful, genetic abnormalities. It really shouldn't be happening that way. It's pretty bad. But you know what? Listen, Dennis, my condolences, man. Otto was a very good boy. He was a very good boy, and I'll miss him when I randomly watch your videos to shit all over your face.